Good morning. Market open very soon. Great day. I took a trade overnight, which hit my take profit. I did close, well, I trailed a lot of my two blocks that I had taken overnight, and I I got stopped out whenever we retested previous day high, and then we formed a higher low. We didn't quite hit support, so my first block didn't trigger, and I added this one a little later. I'm waiting for market open to see if it's gonna actually go and fetch the lows. Uh, as far as I'm concerned, we've hit an RL, resting liquidity, which was right here. We didn't hit the whole thing, but we hit most of them. As you can see, they're depleting. Uh, I'm expecting a lot higher. But as far as I'm concerned, gamma's right there. It acted as a resistance. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm not gonna film the entire session, but I'm definitely gonna leave it on pause and try to record entire
Morning.
the entire session. All right, this got triggered. It's so far it's absorbing. When you see candles like going down and it comes back violently, it's absorbing all that liquidity. It's being pushed by market orders. So this is a clear support for the time being. So I'm going to be waiting for reaction on the next probably uh, I would say 30 minutes. So three more candles, three or four more candles. All right, sweep here, low sweep. I'm entering more. I have my stop loss pretty tight. If it forms a lower low, then it's game over, but I'm assuming it's going to sweep somewhere around this area over here and then either pull back up or it's going to hover around that 200T. I reversed position because I gave away half my profit from the overnight trade, so now I am looking to either get some back or completely exit at the 200T if this is a lower low, and it reverses into a higher low. As far as I'm concerned, I'm looking at the lower daily here, which should recap some of my profit. And then if this breaks, then I'm going to target this right here, the lower weekly. And that's where all this pocket of liquidity is. So this should reverse here, but there's a good amount if, yeah, that's like almost 40 points. So that's what I'm going to aim for. I reversed again because we failed to push lower. The next candle after this one, the body failed to create a lower low, and value high is right here, and I expected if it were to break this area, all this liquidity is bullish, so it's gonna go through. And so I reversed again. I was down 5 grand, and then now I should be up quite a bit. Matter of fact, yeah, now I'm back up 14 and a half. Gave away half of my overnight profit, but it is what it is. We're waiting for more confirmation of resistance turning into support at this level here. If that happens, then we should see some more highs. Or this is just a stop hunt and then it's going to keep falling. But either way, I'm going to probably close some of those blocks between this area over here just so I can take some profit and not be red. And then in case, there's a reversal. Yeah, I forgot to mention also we're under gamma. Because we're still under gamma, I am still playing high amounts of units because the The price action is cleaner, and it just makes more sense to me to play higher size below gamma and then kind of chill out above gamma, sell into selling, buy into buying. We're buying into buying right now, so might as well. All right, this is going well. Buy into buying. Gamma is fantastic. I suggest everyone that does not know what gamma is, gamma flip line, to learn about it, because sell into selling, buy into buying under gamma, buy this, buy the dip, sell the rip above gamma. It's the best signal indicator that will give you a sentiment as to what the market is wanting to do. And I mean, I just made all of my profit back and then some. So I'm in profit back to break even from the night trade and with more profit. So again, all that because I took the decision of reversing 200T, and Gamma just did the work for me. It's great. I actually changed the plan. I see a bunch of puts coming in from the a program that I use. It tells me you can choose the size of the order that you want to track, and a bunch of puts came in, millions of dollars worth of puts. So I decided to market order close 3 blocks, and then I'm gonna stop my last block over here inside the liquidity. It's the high. It's probably gonna come back down and sweep me, but whatever. I'd rather take profit, get my point 40. As long as I've stayed in that range, point 35, point 40, I am in profit plus some. So that'll be, I'm protected, risk free at this point. So that's what I'm looking for. That was a decent trade. There you go. I am out. I expected Gamma to be retested, which might happen. Price might bounce from this level here. But I'm like, do I really need to bet that it's going to happen? Like, to me, it's more of a, are you in profit? Are you not in profit? I mean, I'm already up 1.58% on the day. I don't need any more. I'd rather be protected than, continue losing money. And then I see SPY here also fail to create a higher high. So that's now resistance. I'm not wanting to push my luck. So yeah, I mean, look, that clearly those orders have been pushing the market. It's not being absorbed at the top. The longs are absorbed, but the shorts, they just kept pushing the market. So being ahead, I got the announcement of those orders come in pretty much over here, and that saved me from losing all this profit, almost back to half. So worst case scenario, it bounces, but I don't have a crystal ball, right? Again, I'm gonna say it. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know if it's gonna want gamma. It's all speculation. But once you speculate, what you want is to make sure that you're protected. You make sure that your risk is covered, that you're either break even or you're in profit, break even plus one, and then you just let the market kick you out, Like who cares if you leave money on the table? Did you make money today? Are you in profit? The rest does not matter. Even if you leave 500 points on the table and you only took a couple hundred points, who cares? You made money from the sky while somebody else has to go to work on a schedule, answering someone else, answering dealing with people. I am sitting here at my computer, my feet are propped up on my desk, and I'm chilling, waiting for the market to tell me what to do. That is freedom. Take money when you can and don't care about the outcome. We could rocket past the highs here and I would not care one bit. Considering that I had the long here that got stopped out, and then I shorted, and it reversed back on me where I longed again into profit. All that because my short was reduced, was closed before it was too late. Because if I still held the short all the way up here and decided, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna close and reverse, I would have lost money. It's quick actions, quick reaction, apply to the chart, watch the chart, be given information and react to the information you are given. Always. Don't try to predict this stuff. You can't. Nobody can. That's why we're day traders. It's unpredictable. And that's why it's rewarding when we manage to speculate right. So, bit of a consolidated day. And then, of course, we did hit some lows. We're stuck at gamma right now. Retest was a lower high, and there is just uh, it's messing around right now. But yeah, the I was just saying in voice that the this current price action was one of the most amazing price action in the past 2 weeks because we're under gamma and now it's nearly over because it did retrace overnight and we're just hovering around right now. That's all it is at some point we're gonna break it or it'll be a hard resistance and we're gonna start dipping lower, which I hope, honestly. I hope we go way lower. But at this point we're just holding these levels. So if the money rotating goes back inside the tech because the feds are not looking to hike anymore and buyers are going to continue buying into it. So we might see some different price action in the coming week, if not month. It'll be interesting to see. I'm going to set a limit short over here and see if that is a true resistance. I'm just going to probe in with 5. I might upgrade if we close below previous day high and then form a new low here. But for now, I'm just going to see if it's going to probe me back in. So I didn't get filled, but my point was to get filled here and then target this equal low right here. So that, which ended up happening. It was pretty decent. That would have been a perfect trade. Barely any drawdown because we hit gamma and then obviously it was resistance at that point. And then the RL over here just took that liquidity. So that's a failed trade. I mean, granted, I'm already in profit. This would have been just cherry on top. But at the same time, that would have, the fact that there was no pullback, there was nothing. There's just it went up there, it tested it, and tested it again, and then went through to break out for probably creating a higher low somewhere over here. But yeah, these are the kind of plays you want to look for. So you get to wait out all this chop and, side wicks and crazy movement. And then you get the proper fill or the late fill. Or sometimes you don't get filled at all. I mean, it goes both ways. You never know. But those are good plays to watch for sure. Put a limit order at previous date high because we are at, you see the tick, extreme tick. That was a stop hunt. It just swept this entire range. I'm going to aim for a hold of this area here. If not, I'm wrong, whatever. But there's I'm expecting a hold of this level, at least for the time being. And the news, there was a tweet that happened, and it just rocketed. That's kind of sad, but it is what it is. You can't control the news. All right, now I am stopped out fully. Damage on future. I am now in profit of 0.39 for $6,400, up from 33, which is, kind of sad, but at the same time, that's okay because I have a SPY 0 DTE 742 call that I sent at 736, 737, and it is up 35% for $25,740. It is, of course, my risk was covered on both sides. Um, if I were to take a loss on the 0 DTE, the futures profit would have covered it. And then if I were to lose on the call or the short off of Gamma, I would have made profit from the SPY 0 DTE. So really, my risk was covered simply because of the overnight trade. That overnight trade was my house money. That was my risk. That was what I had planned to play during the day to cover any type of chop or whatever was going to happen during the day. I had my risk covered. So having a cushion off the 0 DTE was a no-brainer. If it went the other way, then I cut it at half or a quarter or three-quarter of the profit that I made overnight, and then I would have been protected. So yeah, that's today's price action. The video is, I paused it a few times to make sure that it's like, a 20-minute video rather than a 2 hours. So it's still unedited rather. So yeah, I mean, hopefully you can see my um, thought process and what I did to stay afloat. Actually, I think I can see the. I can't see it. Hmm. But I can't see it. Let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay, so obviously there was some fuckery, but it's in profit, and you know I could have risked roughly 70-ish% of it, so I could have risked all the way to over here, 0.6. I didn't expect it to go very low, but you know, it still kind of acted as a support. That was yesterday, right there. Market open. Yeah, 50-ish%. Opened it in this range over here. So it's about negative 55% to 50%. I'll probably close once it breaks out of this range around 3. Actually, that's what I'm going to do is put it at 350 and then trail this over here for 10%. Yeah. But yeah, this is, you know, some days you win, some days you lose, some days you are protected. As long as you know that your job is to protect your capital, edging something, there's always a way. There is literally always a way to hedge every day. I hope this video helps. I did get some feedback from some people, so I'm gonna add a few things in the next videos. So yeah, just come join us and stay tuned.